Hello students, welcome to Helm of Science. Today we are going to learn on topic kinetic theory of gas. One of the most important topic and very easy topic too. There are some formulas and assumption in this chapter, and at the first of this chapter let's start with some assumption of kinetic theory of gases. So what are some assumptions that we make in starting of the kinetic theory of gas? As you know, this is a gas theory, so at first we assume that all the molecules in a same gas are equal or same, and the molecules of two different gas are different. So this is the molecule in a gas are same. Number two, the gas particles are point mass particle. Point mass and perfectly sphere and this is the second assumption. Next, the particle collide with each other and this collision is perfectly elastic collision. There is no attraction or repulsion between these particles. And next, the size is very small. Negligible, and they follows Newtonian mechanics. So these are some basic assumptions we make during the study of the kinetic theory of gas, and the full explanation on this assumption is in your NCERT books or your state board syllabus book. And if you comment here to make a video on these assumptions detailed, I will make it. Please comment then below. Okay, so in the next thought, what we know is this assumption, which particle follows this assumption are known as the ideal gas. That is, these are particularly some assumption which we made during the study of kinetic theory of gas, and the gas which follows this assumption are known as the ideal gas, right? So basically, what are ideal gas? The ideal gas are those which follows the assumption which we made earlier. And in this assumption, the most important is the molecules are point mass and there is no mutual attraction. Between the molecules. So depending on these two main assumptions, we conclude that the gas molecules of the gas which follows this are ideal gas, and this ideal gas also follows some gas laws. The gas laws is known as, there are three gas laws, that is Charles law, Boyle's law and Gay-Lussac's law. So let's discuss about these three laws. So Boyle's law says that for a given mass of an ideal gas, these all laws are on ideal gas of a given mass. So for a given mass of an ideal gas, the pressure of the ideal gas is inversely proportional to the volume of the gas at a constant temperature. Temperature constant. So if we denote this, P is proportional to 1 by V. So PV is proportional to 1, and if we write it with equal sign, PV is equal to constant. So this is the Boyle's law. That is, the pressure multiplied by volume of a gas is always constant at constant T. So when the temperature is constant, let us draw two container of gas, and here is a piston on it, and these are the same two container, okay, and the piston is pressed below here. Let us suppose the pressure here is P1 and volume is V1, and here pressure is P2 and volume is V2. So what we can see easily is that the pressure 1 is less than pressure 2. Here we pressed the piston down, so pressure will be greater, and the volume also V2 is greater than V1 is greater than V2. That is, here the volume occupied by the gas is higher than this. So from the assumption of the formula of Boyle's law, what we can say is P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. That is, this is the constant term. Here temperature is constant. We applied no temperature, no heat here. Okay, so this is our concept of Boyle's law. So in the Charles law, what came out is, for a given mass of an ideal gas, for a given mass of ideal gas, the volume of the gas is proportional to the temperature of the gas at constant pressure. So we denote volume as V and temperature at T at constant pressure P. So ultimately this gives us the formula or result, V by T is equal to constant. So let's see with a picture. Let me clear this. So one second. Here this is a container, and this is another container. And suppose this is a piston here, and there is some gas molecules inside the inside the container, like this. Okay, now in the next picture, what we did, we just applied heat here. These are Bunsen burner. So we are applying the temperature here. Here temperature was previously T1. Here temperature is T2. What will be the result? According to the Charles law, we can say that temperature is dependent on the volume, or as temperature increases, volume also increases. So here volume was V1. So volume will be increased at here, and the volume will be V2 here. And the P, the pressure is always equal. Here pressure is P, and here also pressure is P. And the gas will be like this. Okay. So we can conclude, that is T1 is less than T2, and V1 is also less than V2. So from these two equation, we can say V1 by T1 is equal to V2 by V2. So this is our Charles law of ideal gas, and that is the volume by temperature is always constant. Okay. So in the Gay-Lussac's law, what is our concept is, for a given mass of an ideal gas, the pressure is proportional to the temperature of the gas at a constant volume. So if we write it, then P, pressure, is proportional to T, that is temperature at constant volume V. Or we can write it P by T is equal to constant. So these are very basic and simple some formula. In Charles law, there is pressure is fixed. In Boyle's law, their temperature is fixed, and in Gay-Lussac's law, their volume is fixed. So by figure, let it figure out. Okay, how it is. And as we say, the volume is fixed. So we take two containers as usual. Two are identical containers, and we sealed it here. Okay, there is no piston, we sealed it here and here. So the volume is V, and here is also V. No change in volume. So what we did is, we have to rise the temperature. So we put a Bunsen burner here, and the temperature will be T2 here, and here it is T1 temperature. And the pressure was previously, suppose the pressure was P1, and here the pressure will be P2. So according to Gay-Lussac's law, or according to the figure, what we can see that T1 is less than T2, and also T1 is less than P2. So these two combining these two, we can get P1 by T1 is equal to P2 by T2, and this is our Gay-Lussac's law, that is P by T will remain constant all the time when the volume is fixed. So these was our three basic concept or formula for starting up identical or ideal gas. Now we will combine these three gas formula and make a simpler universal gas formula here. Let's start it. So these are our three basic formula. PV is equal to constant Boyle's law, P by T is equal to constant Charles law, and P by T is equal to constant Gay-Lussac's law. So we can turn this into V is equal to T, and we can turn this is equal to P is equal to T, and it is written here PV is equal to some constant. So taking these three formula together, we can conclude that P multiplied by V is equal to T, or it is better, it is proportional to T, right? P into V is proportional to T, so we can write it here. Now if we multiply it by a constant term, that is P is V is equal to R into T, and we know that this R is universal gas constant, and if we calculate it for n number of molecules, PV is equal to n of RT. So this is our ideal gas equation, and this is the famous ideal gas equation. So all the ideal gases follows this gas law everywhere, okay? And this universal gas constant have a constant value of 8.31 joule per mole per Kelvin. So keep it in mind. There is a little concept of Avogadro hypothesis. This is not a formula or a law, this is the hypothesis, that is this is kind of experimental result or the experimental concept which Avogadro gave us, is at constant volume, at constant pressure, volume and temperature, all the gas molecule all the gas have equal number of molecules. So all the gas have equal number of molecule at same temperature, pressure and volume. Here A1 is a different gas, A2 is a different gas, and N is the number of molecule. Let's have some example. So this is our balloon, this is another balloon. Let's draw it with a different color. And another balloon. So in this balloon, what are common is in all here, it is PVT, it is the same PVT and it is same PVT, that is the temperature, pressure and volume are fixed. So the number of gas molecule here will be N1 and it is N2 and it is N3. If this happens, let's say this is hydrogen gas balloon, this is nitrogen gas balloon, and this is carbon dioxide gas balloon, okay? So the number of molecule is N1, N2, N3. So according to the Avogadro hypothesis, N1 is equal to N2 is equal to N3 irrespective of the gas. So this is Avogadro hypothesis.